Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this...
He'll try to distance!
That wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Yeah, we can't fault him for the attempt, although it might have been a case of momentary tunnel vision then. Now it's Haaland, played out towards the right wing. He is through here. Foden plays it in.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Munoz. O'Reilly. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Semenyo. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. That's a shade optimistic. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this fella, Donnarumma, is someone who's been catching our eyes ever since he made his top-flight debut at the age of 16.
He's had a shot! And it's a goal!
Goal! After 14 minutes in, number 33.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Quarter of an hour played. And here's McNeil. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And here's McNeil. Anderson.
Crystal Palace are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Now Ruben Diaz. Opts for safety. Ruben Diaz. Kusenov. Wilton. He's having a go! He's got away with one there.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Anderson. And it's O'Reilly. Here's Haaland. Oh, red. Nice interception. Semenyo. Threads one in. Mateta. Here's a great chance!
So, Crystal Palace really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Now it's Mateta. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Semenyo was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his team.
And there's the shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Donnarumma clears. Tries to pass it through. Semenyo. Now it's Haaland. Kamada. And it's Mitchell. Now it's Nketiah. Mateta.
He's on it. Can he get away? He's having a pop. That's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, distance never seems to be an issue for some players, and he's certainly one of those. The opening was there, I guess. Worth a try.
Semenyo.
Crystal Palace certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Probing pass. Tries a shot! And that is wildly off target.
It's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
So
well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Anderson with the short one. Played in by Foden. Now the real chance! That's going to go a long way. Mateta. And it's Kamada.
There will be 1 minute at a time.
Kamada. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's fabulous. And it's Kamada. So, temporary halt to the action.
And we'd like
Been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Crystal Palace come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Looking for options for movement. Kamada. Nketiah. Looking for the run. Oh, that's well spotted. Gehi. Now Ruben Diaz. Vardiol. Now it's Haaland. O'Reilly receives it in a good position here. Haaland. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Mitchell. Riyad. And it's Kamada. Crystal Palace still chasing a 1-goal deficit here.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Anderson. Now O'Reilly. Now it's Haaland. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's Nketiah. And it's Wharton. He's going for goal! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Tries to play it through. Played the left flank. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. Richards. Riyad. Pressing high and with purpose. Great vision. And he's picked it up out wide. Mitchell. He's having a hit! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Mitchell is offering a wry smile there. Now it's Haaland. Riyad. And it's Mitchell. Now it's Nketiah. Now it's Mateta. Chance! And he nearly went all the way. Munoz clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts. Kamada is short. That's it! Off the post! And now a sudden chance to counter. Anderson. Tries one from range. And that's it. They're seeing no way back, but they are level. What's your view on that goal then? Yeah, I think it was going to take something very special if the keeper were to get down and claw that out, Peter. It's a quality goal. Looking at a different game now. Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank. And a chance! It's hit the upright. And that's a good finish. And the comeback is complete. She'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count. Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Substitution on the field. Number 6, Bob Gahey.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while. I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy. Crystal Palace with the lead. This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled. It's Nketiah!
And that really should have been that.
Nketiah has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
Corner number 2 then.
Kamada plays it short.
And he's there to get it away.
Richards.
Can he get on the end of this?
That's the keeper's ball. Crystal Palace clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Engages and forces him off the ball.
Here's Mateta.
Now this could be a chance.
Nketiah!
Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Crystal Palace really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue. That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset. Shot a goal!
It's off target and by quite a way.
Substitution on the field. Number 24.
So we have further activity on the bench here. This looks very much like a shoring up of the rear guard.
Look, only time will tell now if this is the right decision, but at least the manager hasn't dawdled. You know, he's reacted quickly and it needed that.
There will be 4 extra minutes.
Nketiah.
Mitchell. Kamada does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Now it's McNeil. That's been cut out, well played. And it's Munoz. Lovely pass, but can he get there? a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Kamada claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument.
Please join me in wishing them
So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, what a difference a half can make, Peter. And the second half saw this team full of courage and energy. It's very impressive how this team turned it all around.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.